Hi, my name is Jack Tyler from the Boston Sax Shop, and in this video we're going to be taking a closer look at the Ambassador 2 saxophone cases. So my goal with designing this product was to create the smallest, most compact, yet extremely durable saxophone case on the market that featured all of the different components that I have always wanted to see in one single case, but never have before. So let's talk about what went into this design, and I'll show you some of the features of the case if you're considering getting one for your saxophone. In terms of durability, we wanted to go with material that was very strong and yet incredibly lightweight, which is why we chose a heavy-duty, thick ABS plastic to use for our shell. This offers a ton of abrasion resistance and strength without being overly heavy. As you can also see, we decided to put the majority of the storage on the outside of the case, which allowed us to make the overall footprint and weight of the design much smaller. So on the exterior here, you have a nice synthetic leather and expandable nylon pouch, which is riveted into the outside of the case so it's not going anywhere, complete with a YKK zipper. And in here you've got tons of storage for reeds, reed cases, tuners, extra mouthpieces, neck straps, and yes, it does fit our cloud strap very well. And you can see the dimensions for the pockets on the listing for both the alto and the tenor case. Now continue on with the exterior of the case. One of the most important features that makes a case strong is the valence, which is where the two halves of the case come together. So we went with an aluminum one, which again is offering a ton of strength and durability over something like plastic or rubber. We have two handles here, and the purpose of having the two leather handles, which are also nylon wrapped on the inside at the wear points, is so that if you're on the gig and aren't paying attention and happen to leave the case unlatched and pick it up, it's still going to keep the two halves together. And I think that that's a great feature, just an extra little bit of safety in case there is a mistake. Now, speaking of those latches, these are Southco rotational latches, and what's great about these is that you have to flip them up and actually rotate them to open, which means that it's really difficult, if not nearly impossible, for these to open up on their own. So this is a really secure, very positive feeling latch, and we actually used 4 of them on the front side of the case here. Moving on to the back of the case, just want to show that we have chosen to use all stainless steel components here for both the D-rings. This is where you attach your backpack straps, and also the feet. So, you know, no plastic, nothing that's going to wear down really fast. This is really hard wearing steel. Now, the 2 straps, which are included with the case, also feature a locking carabiner in addition to a steel braided cable failsafe, so that there's no way the straps are going to come off the case unless you want them to. On the spine of the case, we're using 4 stainless steel piano hinges, so again, extra strong and durable. Now, moving on to the interior, we have another unique design feature, which is that most saxophone cases are designed so that the saxophone is going to sit completely level to the bottom of the case. And the problem that I see with that design is that you have to leave a pretty large amount of negative space to account for the fact that you've got the palm key touch pieces and the left hand pinky stack touch pieces hanging out below the body of the horn. So my design is to actually have the saxophone sit, as you can see, on a slight angle by having a thicker pad up here than down here. And as a result, we're able to create a profile for the width of the case that is much slimmer than a lot of other manufacturers, while having a essentially floating position for these touch pieces. So there's no way that they're going to get damaged or bent, while still providing a really snug fit for your saxophone, which is paramount to keeping it safe. For your neck and mouthpiece storage, we include a padded velvet and velcroed pouch here. I like to just put my neck and mouthpiece in like that and stick it in the bell, which is actually a much safer position than having some kind of external storage outside of the horn. This way it can't move around, and it's basically protected by both the bell and the case itself. I just want to take a second and talk about the interior materials for the Ambassador cases. Now, we chose to use a high density memory foam and then wrapped it in velvet for the entire interior of the case. And the great thing about a high density memory foam is that it will conform and compress around the idiosyncrasies of your specific horn over time to create a truly custom fit. The other great thing about a high density memory foam is that it absorbs a lot of energy and shock should there happen to be an impact to your case, as opposed to what a lot of other manufacturers use for their interiors, which is a polystyrene or styrofoam, which once it compresses, it's compressed forever and also is quite brittle, easy to crack, and doesn't absorb a lot of energy and impact. So while it's a little bit more difficult to work with and more expensive, memory foam is definitely the best choice for protection for the inside of a saxophone case. So that is the Ambassador saxophone case. Our alto version is essentially just the same, except obviously sized a little bit different. If you have any questions regarding the case, if you're considering getting one, please feel free to reach out to us at hello@bostonsaxshop.com.